Good afternoon, everyone. This is a video on the silver membership. I want to talk to you a little bit about the Joy trade and what it is going on with there. Listen, two things I have to tell you. Being part of the membership is a commitment to study, not a commitment to give me the trade, just tell me where to trade. If that's what you're looking for, not the right place to be. Okay, I'm going to frustrate you because I'm going to force you to think and get yourself into a space where you really are going to be much more self-directed. That being said, when we put up these conditional trades, because of the setup, and we did talk about why it is that these work, because of the setup, we know that we've got something that's got follow through associated with it. What's the one thing that interferes with conditional automatic trades? Yes, that would be the gap up or the gap down. So this morning, being short Joy, I left my stop alone, and regrettably, it gapped up and I got stopped out. Now, let me stop here and say this to you. If you are gapping up, and listen, I'm preaching to the choir here because obviously I forgot to do it. I was so mesmerized by data migration questions, I forgot to do it. But here's the thing, you've got to remember, very, very important, if we are gapping up 4 points or higher, and you look at the stock that you're in, and it is gapping up into your stop, it is my experience that pulling that stop off and letting the chart do its thing, trying to pull back and test the levels, is the very best thing for it. Joy is one of those things. So here it is. After the fact, I got stopped out. I was extremely miffed. I came down, tested the pivot. I have no idea why I have 2 pivot points here. Delete. Ah. Okay. All right. So let's bring this back. So I come into resistance level 1. It breaks through my resistance, right? My adjusted hard stop, pops right on through it, and then it begins to fail. And then it loses the pivot. What's my initial trend? It's down. Okay? If this is on a silver event, it is really based on something that is much bigger than just the day trading space. So if it fails and continues to move into the general direction and it loses the pivot, it is time to re-enter the trade. At the loss of the pivot, re-enter that short. Okay? You can put your stop right, if you put it in the queue, you pull it off, you can put your stop right back on and you let it run down. Look at this thing. It ran so beautifully into these downward support levels. This was a beautiful short that turned out so nicely. The trailing stop below 61.30 would have reaped incredible rewards for you having the reentry. Here's what happened to me. I had my position, right? And I was in at 159. I got popped out, closed at 93 cents. That's 60, wow, right? Almost 70 cents. Yeah, almost 70 cents, right? Not good. Not good. That's almost 50% loss for me. All could have been stopped by taking the stop off right there. Okay? And that is the rule of thumb. If it's gapping up against you, definitely take the stop off just so long as the stock is in motion, meaning it's giving us a higher low and a higher high, and we can see that rollover event. All right? If it's just a bunch of sideways action, that's a totally different thing. But here's the thing. When you see these directional trades and they break down, here's what happens to us normally as novice traders. We go, oh, I got stopped out there. And then we turn around and we look for some other place to play. Listen, for me, I spend so much time qualifying and quantifying a trade. If it breaks down, I'm going to stand around and figure out why. And if it's because it's just popped into something because of some strange move in the market, I am going to be there to re-enter. Okay? And in this case, it would have been a monstrously lovely move. So I do want to tell you this. If you get stopped out at those spaces, watch for the loss of the pivot, or vice versa. If it's gapping down and you're long, watch for the recapture of the pivot that'll take you back in the proper direction. All right, just wanted to talk to you about that, and that's it.